Hey everyone, it's Andy from Andy's Fishing and Wild Cook here. I'm walking through the bush to get to the beach. The idea is to do a late afternoon fish along the coast, hopefully catch my dinner, maybe have a look at low tide and see what we can find around the rocks and stuff. So yeah, coastal foraging in a new area I haven't done before, so yeah, it's interesting for me, and yeah, I'm going to stay the night out. Got the little Samaki Zing pen battle reel. I've got everything I need, water, bit of food, some cooking equipment, hammock, sleeping bag, ground mat, and here we've come across a bit of water. I would not drink this, it's stagnant. You can have a look in there, and that's why we're carrying water this time. Normally I don't carry water, but at the moment it's very dry and you would not want to drink that. Yeah, normally I like to drink out of the streams, but not here. There we are. Looks like we've found the beach. And it looks like this is the... Have a spin around that way, guys. This is the creek that we must have crossed before. So, yeah, it's completely dry here. Let's have a look out here and see what this looks like. No footprints anywhere. That's great. Love it like that. Big river mouth, well, little creek that opens up on the beach here. Nice smooth sand. I think we're going to have to walk a little bit further to get a fishing spot. But that's what it's all about, adventuring. Time to get ready fish fishing. So the sun might be going down a bit. We're actually in the lee of the hill, so the sun is not as harsh as it would be otherwise. But I still want to put the glasses on, because that way I can see into the water and I can see what I'm fishing around. I can see some good stuff over that way. Let's keep moving. The water actually looks pretty good along here. It's yeah, quite shallow. Go a little bit further. Oh, there's one. That's not a bad oyster there. Yeah. Anyway, keep moving. Okay, I found a spot that looks pretty good, and for those of you who watch my videos intently, you'll notice this is the last lure I had in the last video. And if you want to know how to fish different lures in the right places, or where I like to fish them, check out the Tackle Club fishing challenges. So the reason I'm picking this spot here is I've got a couple of rocks just out the front here, and I'll probably change to a different lure, but this is the one I've got on. I always just give it a fish before I do anything else. While we're walking along, I noticed all these periwinkles or sea snails. What we'll do is we'll grab a whole bunch of them, because they're actually quite tasty, and then we'll cook them up later on. There you go, look at them all. Plenty here. I don't like to take too many from one exact spot, so I take a few, move along a bit, take a few more. Let's see, there's a couple more here. And I have actually eaten these in another episode. Oh, there's a big fat one. I'll take you. Hey buddy, look at that one. Whoa, they'll be tasty later on. And we've got a few different species here. There's like a turban style one there. Just put them in our pocket and yeah, we'll eat them later. Okay, we'll keep moving. Nothing there. Oh, hello. Check this cool crab out. I don't know what species they are. They're like a rock crab that just lives on these rocks here. Look at that. He's a cool critter. He'd have a lot of meat in his legs here. I guess that's, yeah, they run around the rocks. He's had better days. Let's go through here and see what we can find. So this is what I've been looking for. We've got a steep cliff edge here, a couple of big rocks, and then some deep water right out the front. There's a good chance I'm going to get blown away here. It looks like a really good big fish ambush spot. Let's chuck it in, perfect, and see what happens. I've casted, I don't know, 40 or 50 spots that look very similar to that, and I'm just not getting anything. We may have to, yeah, just forage some more food. We've got the snails. Let's see what else we can find. So the fishing isn't going as planned, but we've got plenty of food around. This guy here is either a chiton or a chiton, and we'll see if we can get him off. We have to get the knife in there real quick and twist it. There we go, easy. Haven't eaten these guys before, so we'll see what they taste like. We'll take a couple. Here's a whole bunch in a bit of a hole. Let's see if we can get one of these out. Same thing under there, and oh, I think he's latched on. Oh, hang on, we might just get him. There we go. Look at that. They actually look pretty tasty with that. Yeah, they're red everywhere. I'm guessing the bit you eat is the muscle here, the middle bit in the middle. This is quite hard and fibrous by the feel of it. But yeah, we might get one or two more. Not out of there. I don't think we can get more out of there. But here's another one. Let's see if we can get him quickly. Yep, there we go. Actually, I've just realised that looks like his mouth there. That's his foot, hey? Alright. I think we've got enough of those now. Oh, hello. Here we have something interesting. This is a painted crayfish, or tropical rock lobster. Now, this guy here looks like he's molted. See that? They what they do is they grow and grow until their shell is totally full, and then they pop out of it, and that's what looks like that's happened. Oh, I'd like to spear one of these guys. I haven't done it yet. We've had quite a few shark attacks in the area, and when the water's dirty like this, there's no way I'm going spearing or swimming with sharks. But yeah, these guys will be in a video soon, hopefully. I've just found this really cool Nike hat. It's actually in yeah, pretty good condition, and I've spotted some of these. These are prickly pear. Now, I don't know if they're not really super ripe, but what we'll do is we'll take a couple. Oh, there he goes. We'll put them in the hat because they are very spiky, and we'll try these in a little bit. They're quite a tropical taste, so we'll take a few, and that'll actually get the all the spikes out there. That's cool. Oh, and I was just about to pick up my rod when I found this. Look at that. That is a Lively Lures Arafura Barra. Woohoo! There's treasures all over the place here. Hooks aren't any good, but that lure will still work. That's a great lure. Anyway, that's cool to find. I literally must have put my rod down next to it and didn't see it. Now I've just found it, yeah. Before we move on, I'll just show you this cactus. It's the prickly pear cactus. And I think at one stage it was an introduced pest. It covered about 2/3 of Queensland. It's been controlled now, so you only see it occasionally on beaches and out west. But yeah, there's still a few cactuses in here, cacti. So it seems to me we're not going to catch a fish today. The water's, it's not really rough, but the water's really dirty around the rocks, so I don't think they can see my lure. I might try again in the morning. I've got different lures there. Make the leader a bit longer or something, I don't know. But let's set up camp, and then we might see if we can find some big oysters. Then we'll cook up for dinner. And yeah, folks, it's great to be back out here again. So this actually looks pretty good here. We've got pandanus and then some other tree over there. That could be about the right distance for my hammock. We're way above the high water mark here, which is what we want. And yeah, I think this is home for the night. That's it, camp set up, and this is going to be my pillow. Weighs nothing, and yeah, quite comfortable. And instead of sleeping on plastic like that, what I do is I turn my sleeping bag inside out and use it like a pillowcase. And there we have one really light, comfy travel pillow. Look at that, that's a cool shell. Not quite sure what they're called, but yeah, very nice looking. So what I'm doing here, I've just collected a pile of wood from above the high water mark, and we're quite safe here. There's nothing that can set on fire. So we'll start our dinner. So hopefully it's not too dark already. It's got dark really quickly because we're behind this mountain. I've just got this bit of old coral, and we're going to put our chiton and little shells on there. That's the chitons have all sort of bunched up together, trying to protect themselves. So unfortunately it got a bit too dark to get the oysters. Yeah, cooking's not ideal either. I always want to show you guys how I cook stuff. So I think we'll do oysters in the morning. We'll collect them while it's daylight. The tide should be pretty low first thing in the morning. I will cook these snails and chiton up. Chiton. It's low tide at 6, I think. The moon hasn't come up yet. It should be very soon. And what we'll do is we'll eat these chiton, and yeah, the snails. These are the chitons or chiton. They've yeah, really curled up into themselves, hidden themselves. So I've got to try and get in there and yeah, cut those feet open. And then we've got all these different snails. There's a few different species of them. From what I understand, this is the edible part, the foot. You've got the gills around the outside, and I'm going to try and cut the foot out. Now this could be a little hazardous. This knife is pretty sharp. I've never done this before, so it's a complete experiment. I've never tasted these things before either. Okay, that's starting to come off. Here we go. That's his guts in there, I think. Okay, there we go. We've got his foot out. Let's have a look. Okay, that's his guts and internal bits in there, which we don't want to eat. And the shell is like a really hard, yeah, like a armor-plated sort of thing. Now let's have a look at his foot. Yeah, I reckon that looks pretty good. That we will try and eat. Okay, let's yeah, do the others. Look at that. That actually looks pretty nice. Look at that. I've got my hiking cook set here, and we've got 2 bowls, which is perfect, and 2 lids, and we'll use that as a chopping board to cut up. I've brought a little bit of bacon along, just for this sort of thing. So we'll just rough chop the bacon. Now the reason I'm using the bacon is twofold. 1, I like bacon, but 2, I want to render the fat out of it a little bit. While that bacon renders down, we'll get about 30 mils of water, a bit over an ounce, fluid ounce I think that is, and pop that on the heat with the lid on. The reason we've got some water in here is because I've brought some Uncle Ben's 90-second rice. So we're going to heat the water up and then dump this in there. Coconut, chili and lemongrass rice. That should be nice. And then we've got our bit of protein here, extra bit of protein there. Actually what we'll do is, yep, I reckon we'll throw those snails in now. And I'm just going to throw all the snails right in there, just like that. The feet of the chiton or chiton in there as well. Let's throw it all in there. It'll be interesting to see what they all taste like. Now we'll put a tiny little splash of water. There's just the tiniest little splash in there. There we go. And pop the lid on that. We'll drop the rice in here. This is yeah, very quick cooking. I think I picked that up for like $1.60. It was on sale, but normally they're not very expensive, like $3 or something. Just give that rice a little bit of a stir. Being in a packet like that, it's quite stuck together, so you want to just break it apart. And then we'll have a sticky beak in here. Oh, yep, that is looking quite good. I've just looked up from cooking, and if you can zoom in there, I might be able to get it. Check that out. That is the moon coming up over the hill there. That is going to be pretty big very shortly. Look at it. That is beautiful. Love a full moon. See if I can get right in there. That's about as far as I'm going to go, I think. So the bacon, snail and chiton, or chiton, actually smells pretty darn good. Let's put it in the lid. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, let's try one of these chiton feet. That's it there. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's feels very hard. Extremely chewy. So actually, it's not that chewy. It's hard and it breaks apart actually. I don't consider that a bad flavour. Granted, it was cooked in bacon. But I think if you had enough of those and you ground them up, it would be almost like mince. I don't mind those. Yeah, chiton feet are okay. Definitely a lot better than moon snails from 2 or 3 episodes ago. Okay, here we have quite a large snail. Well, actually, large for what we found. You can just get the knife in there, get it behind his foot, and you've got to twist them out like so. Look at that, there he is. Throw the shell on the beach, we don't want that. Last time I ate these in a chowder, and they actually tasted pretty darn good, so I'm hoping they're good again. How do I describe that? Meaty. Kind of earthy, but in a nice earthy, meaty sort of flavour. And I think you can tell that they eat algae off the rocks, which isn't a bad thing. It's a bit like that's dried seaweed. Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do now is we'll get the rest of these out of the shell, the snails, and then we'll mix the bacon, the chiton and the snails with the rice, and that'll be our dinner. I just wanted to try each one separately just to see what it was like. There you go, another one out. Beautiful. Actually, we'll eat that one too. Okay, that one tastes a bit more like the ocean. That was very, very nice, that one. I just wanted to show you this chiton. I'll cut into it. It actually has a texture that looks a lot like liver. It doesn't taste like liver. Actually, not a fan of liver, but yeah, it's very meaty and yeah, definitely worth having a go. I'm just cutting into little bits and putting it in with the rest of it. Now the other species of snail, they kind of popped out, but this one here, like this, I've got a bunch of them. They've actually pulled back in right into the shell. So to get them out, I've just got a rock and smash him open. There we go. And we don't waste anything. There's the good bit that we're going to eat. Just get rid of those little bits of shell and into our pot. There we go. Dinner is served. Get my little titanium spoon out. Fire's cranked up again. And yeah, let's eat. Yum yum. All these flavours go surprisingly well together. The bacon, the coconut lemongrass chili rice works superbly well. And then occasionally you get that little snail, the little bit of ocean, and it's not odd. It actually works really well together. Oh, I'm sitting here listening to the ocean, watching the full moon rise, knowing my bed's set up over there. This is great. What I'll do in the morning is I've got the prickly pears still over there. It was too dark to worry about them. I want to show you how you eat them and yeah, they're actually quite nice to eat. And also I want to get some oysters in the morning. It should be low tide. I've got a couple of ingredients and we'll cook them up hopefully, yeah, quite nice. Almost gourmet if you will, yeah. I wanted to do a bit of exploring after dinner with the torch, but it's just too rough and yeah, it's just windy, rough. I'm not going to be able to see anything. Okay, time for bed. Home sweet home. So guys, that's the end of another day. I will change lures tomorrow. Hopefully it's a little calmer. You can still hear that, all those waves crashing out there. It's nice to be in my little hammock. Don't need the fly on tonight because yeah, there's no way it's going to rain. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night's sleep, wasn't too bad at all. No rain, a little bit of wind all night, which is, yeah, it's fine, kept me cool. But there's a critter outside. I don't know what he is. And I can just hear him hopping around. Don't think we can see him. He's over that way somewhere. I think it's a little kangaroo or a bandicoot or like a wallaby or something like that. So yeah, I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's yeah, get out of bed and check out what we can find today. I think the first thing I'm going to do is put a new lure on my rod and then have a fish. There's a nice rock just here. Let's see if we can get something. But I do want to get oysters, so I can't leave that too long. The tide's low right now. And that's when you get oysters, obviously, low tide. But yeah, let's see if we can catch a fish. So I've just tied on a new length of leader and we're going to go with a little soft plastic. Hopefully that'll work better. If it doesn't, well, it's just one of those trips where the fishing's a bit harder than what I usually have. I'm hopeful, but fishing is never guaranteed. So, there we go. Beautiful. Ooh. Let's see if we can catch some fish. And how nice was that sunrise this morning? Look at that, it's still going. That's beautiful. We've got a really nice looking rock just up here. Oh, check the size of this oyster out. I've seen these oysters when I've been snorkeling. Oh, you jammed in there. Look at that. That is one heck of an oyster. That is my hand. Actually, that looks like, oh, we might have a bit of coral growing on that. But check this guy out here. That is my hand. And that is an oyster. I've got big hands. Look at the size of that thing. Wow. Anyway, we'll put him right back where we found him. And yeah, let's keep moving. Yeah, oh, that's a good hit. Oh, I just about fell off my rock. Oh, I just fell off my rock. That was a good hit. What is it? Oh, little coral trout. That is cool. Oh, yeah, he's undersized. Just undersized, I think. That hit me hard. Wow, he's done the plastic. Yeah, he's just undersized. I can just, you can tell when they're sized, they've got sort of, the muscles pop out a bit, and yeah, he's probably 2 centimeters under. Beautiful fish, the coral trout. And wow, did he hit me hard. I didn't fall off the rock, I had to step off it, but yeah, wasn't what I had intended. Hey, oh, there you go. Off you go. See you, buddy. That is cool. Alright, let's see if we can get a bigger one. I'm glad I brought more plastics. Yeah, that was a really hard hit and he tore it to pieces. And if you have a look at this, we will get some oysters in a second. Oysters are always nice and easy to get at low tide. High tide they're covered by water, but yeah, he's not a bad size. We'll probably try and find some bigger ones though. I'm glad I brought a few along. I've got another one in my pocket, so let's hope we can catch something decent. Always take your plastics home with you. You don't want fish to eat them, you want turtles to eat them. And they're just going to go in the environment, and sooner or later they break down into little pieces and we eat them. So always take your plastics home. Plus, this guy here, either lighter or super glue, I can join that back up, fix that tear there, and yeah, use him again. For this lure I'm using pretty much just a standard rolling retrieve, just a constant wind of the handle. That seems to be working. That means the lure flips around from side to side quite regularly. Nice bunch of rocks here. There's rock in the water there as well. Just go between them all and see where the fish is hiding. There should be a fish in here somewhere. Yep. What is that? Oh, that's another good one. Oh, he's got me. Got me. Oh, maybe another trout. Feels like a trout. Oh, yep, another trout. Woo. Let's not fall off these rocks. Oh, yeah, I think he's pretty close to the same size again. Oh, he's destroyed my plastic. Yeah, I think he's just under again. Hey, let you go, buddy. Beautiful trout. Look at the spots on his face. I don't know if they're glowing for you guys, but they're glowing for me. Wow. Such a beautiful fish. Okay, there you go, Mr. Trout. Hey, off you go. Oh, he didn't want to wait. So I'm about 1.5 kilometers from camp at the moment. I've walked a fair bit this morning. And I only took 3 soft plastics, which turns out was not enough. We'll put this last one on. See what we can get, but yeah, in hindsight I should have brought more plastics. So as I'm walking to the next likely spot to catch a fish, I'm looking between the rocks for oysters, and to be honest, there aren't many good oysters in this spot. So I noticed there was good oysters maybe 1.5 km before camp, so about 3 kilometers back. These ones here are just these little ones, and you never get anything out of those, so I don't even bother with them. We're looking for the big ones, you know, that sort of size here. So I think we'll have to probably pack up camp and then look for oysters. Oh, I got stuck. That's it, I think. Not getting that one back. Yep, gone. I should have brought more. Oh well. Let's go back to camp. Oh. And I'm deliberately walking on these rocks with the oysters on them because I can't slip on those. Stepping on rocks like that can be really quite dangerous. So oyster rocks or gravel like that is a safe place to stand. Oh, look everyone, it's Wilson. Hello Wilson, what are you doing, hey? That's funny. Wilson from Castaway, Tom Hanks. Hello Wilson, you gonna come walk with me for a little while? Let's go this way, hey? I often say nature provides, and check this out. This is a water bladder. Not in bad condition actually. It's only been here maybe a month or so with that discoloration. But look at that. It's even got a bit of water in it. There you go. I'm going to take that one home. That looks pretty cool. what have we here? Looks like a can. Ooh, it's still closed. There's no pressure in it. Let's investigate. Okay, let's see what it smells like. Ooh, that smells pretty bad. It's like a funky... Oh, still Coca-Cola. But it's really fermented and turned into goop. Look at that. Mmm. Best not to... Ooh, it smells like paint thinners actually. Yeah, best not to eat that. So Wilson, it's a really nice spot you've got here, but how long have you been here? Oh, that's a long time. You seem to be happy here. I'm going to keep going and yeah, maybe see you next time. Bye. See ya. Okay, here we've got a whole bunch of oysters. They're not super huge, but we'll take them. I've just got a butter knife and a rock. Normally I'd cut the butter knife off, but I was in a bit of a rush going on this trip, so we just break the hinge, give it a twist, and then stick the knife right along that shell and pop the muscle off. There we go. One beautiful oyster. Let's get a few more of these. I don't want to take them all in the same spot, so I'll take maybe every second one. And I've only just made it. You can see the water's right here at my feet, and the better oysters are already starting to get covered in water. Actually, we'll get some of those, but we'll get these easy ones first, and then we'll cook up breakfast. It's only, oh, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning. Oh, check out the size of this one. This is a good one. Where's the hinge? Hinge is there. Always got to hit the hinge. If you don't hit the hinge, very hard time getting the oyster. There we go. That's a really nice one. Beautiful. So this oyster's already underwater. Let's see if we can do the quick technique of putting the knife in there. Well, his shell's open. That's it. Got him. I like that technique. So the technique is, he's once they're underwater, they open a little bit and they have a little crack, and you just jam the knife in there real quick and then cut the muscle straight away. So another beautiful oyster. I'm just about done now. So there you go, there's our dozen oysters. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All I needed was a rock and an old butter knife. And as you see, there's plenty more still here, and I'm going to leave them. 12 is enough for my breakfast, and yeah, you should only take what you need. I've picked this spot because it's out of the shade, out of the wind, and it's got a bit of shade. So again, I've got this above the high water mark, and I found a piece of driftwood which we're going to use as our cutting board, so that's really handy. First thing, get the fire started. While we wait for the fire to burn down to coals, we'll quickly prep our ingredients. First, I'm just going to rough chop the bacon, a little bit finer this time. I want little slivers. Then we've got a spring onion. Just going to chop that into bits. Then we'll shuck all the oysters and we'll put them just next to the spring onion. Leave the shells on the beach, that's where they belong. And there we have 12 oysters shucked. Beautiful. That fire's now pretty low, and what we'll do, we'll start cooking our bacon. We want to reduce it down to a bit of fat and yeah, nice colour on the bacon. So while that bacon cooks very slowly, the prickly pear, as I promised, let's eat one of those. Now, rolling them around in the hat has got rid of pretty much all those little spikes, because they've got little spikes all in those dots there. Each dot has maybe 50 little spikes. But rolling it around in the hat has pretty much got rid of them. Now, all you do, very simple, just cut it down the middle. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad at all. It's a really bright green colour. It looks a little unripe, but it'll probably still be okay. Let's try it. Not a bad flavour. A little bit tart. when they're like that, they're a bit like a kiwi fruit. Not quite as acidic. This smoke is actually getting right into my eyes. But yeah, if you've never tried pickly pear, give them a go. You see that's still quite green on the outside. The other half was quite red, like this one here. That's where you want to get them. That and really darker red as well. So I'm going to eat the rest of these. They're actually quite yummy. I like prickly pear. There's a nice bit of colour on that bacon now. And that means it's time to drop the oysters in. Now this won't take long at all. It's pretty quick cooking. I like fast, tasty, and simple cooking really. I don't like it to be too complex. Sometimes I do make it complex, but you know, there's maybe 4 ingredients here and it's going to taste superb. We've got bacon with the fat coming out of it, we've got the oysters for the extra taste, and then we've got a little bottle of Worcestershire sauce. So we whack in, I'm going to say about 2/3 of a tablespoon, something like that. And we're ready for our last ingredient. Ingredient number 4, the spring onions. Just whack them on top. I just added the spring onions because I like a little bit of green. Have a look at that, and that looks pretty darn good. All right, let's eat breakfast. Oh, smells divine. That is so good. Oysters fresh off the rocks. Not more than 5-10 minutes ago they were live. Bacon, the Worcestershire, the chives, just a little hint of oniony flavour. But that, yeah, that meaty, well, it's meaty from the oysters, meaty from the bacon, and kind of meaty from the Worcestershire sauce. Oh wow, that is good. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my little overnight ocean coastal forage, sleeping in the hammock. It was actually really beautiful last night with the full moon. The water never settled down, but that's actually quite nice. The constant breaking of the waves up against the rocks. I will do more of these overnighters. It's just been too rough to get out in the water. And before I forget, I really want to thank my last few Patreon supporters. A couple of people, I don't know their names. I'll put them on the screen here. Thank you very much for supporting me. It boosts my spirits and enables me to keep going. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it. So guys, that's it for me. I'm going to finish this, hike back the probably about 8 kilometres. I've got to get back to the car. What a beautiful day, and I hope you guys can get out and do this sort of thing as well. Catch you next time. So good. Thanks for watching everyone. Please subscribe and click the notification bell so you get notified of my new videos. I do them every week. I'd also like to say a big thank you to my Patreon supporters and people who've donated through PayPal. If you want to see more right now, click the links above. Catch you next time.